Welcome to track 3 of Sidetrack 19. Mechanical issues, low range, and of course, that stunning scenery.
Oh wow, how was that? Good. Good? Refreshing. It was a bit cold. That's Isabella Falls, just north Cooktown. We'll make our way up to Coen today. Last night we spent at the Lion's Den.
Hell of
Nice
a
little
pub
spot.
Hell of a publican.
Yeah, hell of a publican. Good meal too. Yeah, actually. Everyone's got to stop in there on the way. It's iconic.
Oh, this is the PDR. Hell of a good time.
Bloody hell, it's a good time.
Sealed in sections, but all it does is want to pull your back tight into your seat.
It's like a massage chair.
Yeah, it's good.
What?
Said it's good.
Oh yeah, great.
Come up to a sealed section, he might be able to hear us. Yeah, it gets pretty old pretty quick.
This is nice though.
This is nice.
Yeah,
I can get used to this blacktop. I guess it depends on how long ago it was graded, but at the moment it's pretty shit. What are we? Nearly in Musgrave, and then we've probably got another 100. Yeah, roger that.
As the boys battle the corrugations, it's a matter of dropping the tyre pressures and pushing on over some terrible road. If you're looking to load up your truck and head north, you'd best make sure your tyres and suspension are both in top condition. After 400 white-knuckle kilometres, the trucks are about due for a hard-earned rest. A little freshwater creek with a sandy bank do just fine. Jordan's done plenty of research on the local cuisine, so he's cooked up some kind of Mexican tortilla dish. A little confused, but still very hungry nonetheless, the boys tuck into this local delicacy.
Isn't it? I was expecting the worst. Great. God, it is a wicked job.
Oh, another beautiful day in the office.
We're doing it hard.
Very difficult.
How is it?
Fresh. It's good.
Oh!
Not too bad. Oh yeah. There was some shit ass sections on that PDR coming into Coen yesterday.
Bumpy.
It got worse as probably expected, but yeah, it got worse and worse. So we just camped out of Coen at the moment. Well, last night and heading into Iron Range National Park, and then
Chilli Beach is our aim.
A much smoother morning of driving and the two black trucks are rolling into camp at Chilli Beach. On the drive in, the damage from the multiple cyclones earlier in the year is obvious. Compared to the last time Mark and Nick were here in 2016, the national park has lost a huge percentage of its canopy. The trees have almost been completely stripped bare.
How does this look so much different?
Got ourselves a little beach day today. Some snags, some sun. Beautiful day for it.
The first and only job on the list today was to be drinking out of a fresh coconut while sitting in a hammock. So a short stroll from camp and the competition has begun. There's old coconuts flying around everywhere. After about 3 minutes and 4 sore arms, it's time for a more efficient method. Mark's taking it upon himself to test out his climbing skills and hopefully pluck a few down by hand.
Sand is pretty soft. Yeah, cool.
Oh, that was. That was.
That didn't stay.
Wow. Wow.
With a good haul, it's back to camp. Hopefully, the sore arms and grazed chest will all be worth it. There is still one small problem. There's 3 fresh coconuts and 4 thirsty men. So someone's going to be cutting the top off an old nut.
Oi, drink some.
The old coconut wasn't a hit. As for the rest of the night, the boys sit back and watch as Mother Nature puts on a show.
We're running low on supplies. Food's been an issue. Talked about, not resolved in the slightest. Beers, heavily discussed.
And as you can see, we're clearly on rashes.
On rashes of bacon.
Bacon rashes.
Yeah, no, it's not looking good. We are just heading out from Chilli Beach campsite. Cheers, buddy. Bloody nice. Heaps different to when we were last here 3 years ago. Speaking to the ranger in here the other day in April, big cyclone come through and just wiped out this place, which is a bit of a shame, but I guess it's all Mother Nature doing its thing. Yeah, we last time basically had no sun getting to the campsite whatsoever. It was just a massive canopy over top pretty much all of them campsites, and now it's just, we kind of worked it right because we were struggling with power on the patrol, so we got some solar power, which was good. If it was like the last time we were here, it wouldn't have happened. But yeah, it's pretty interesting to see the devastation. But yeah, like I said, it's Mother Nature doing its own thing, so I'm sure we'll get back to how it was one day. plan of attack today, we don't really want to drive too far again, so we're thinking maybe we're going to do the Frenchmans on the way out of here. Sort of cuts across to the PDR again, and then get up to Bramwell. I think we might stay at the Bramwell station.
This is the Frenchmans Track, another iconic Cape York full drive track. Heading west on it today, although it's a challenge in either direction. After a slow drive in, the boys jump out for a look at the first river crossing, the Pasco River. A rough, rocky crossing, and at times can even be impassable. And like most rivers and waterholes up this way, there's always that chance of a croc sighting. After a quick cool down and picking his line, Nick sends the patrol in, nose first.
Coming in.
Looking pretty tidy there, Nick. Yeah, keep it straight like that. That's good. You're about to slip in there. Yep. Got a big rock here. It's tight. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, keep pushing that way. That's not good.
That's not good at all.
With a loud crack, Nick comes to a stop. He knows that sound all too well, and now fears something could be broken. With no point stopping here, he continues down into the crossing. A good line here is critical. With large diff-busting boulders just below the surface, it's a rough ride that demands a steady drive. With Nick out the other side, it's time to drop the Jeep in. But as Mark's walking back up to his vehicle, he notices something's not quite right.
Under here, I've got the breather for the transmission breather. She's popped off and it's just hanging down by the breather. So just need to hopefully get back up there. I can just put it on from underneath. But yeah, it's not a good sign. Hopefully it stays on for this water crossing.
A steady drive down to the crossing for Mark, where damage to the underbody is even more likely due to the 33-inch tyres. And only a 2.5-inch lift compared to the Patrol's 4-inch lift makes for more of a chance of water making its way into his cab. With the Pasco crossing behind them, it's back onto the dusty track. With only a bag of carrots, some bread and a couple of bags of chips left, stopping for a snack is probably not a smart idea. However, the decision is made, and it's the Sidetrack special for everyone.
It's for lunch, Marco.
We're going to have a chip sandwich,
Yeah?
I reckon. We've got sea salt and vinegar sandwiches. How'd you get that one?
They're well into the Frenchmans Track now, and the amount of water around for this time of year is simply amazing. Clear running water is a big attraction to far north Queensland. It's just nice to have a cool down whenever you need it. Both vehicles are now showing signs of bush camouflage with a layer of thick dust, which doesn't stop on the outside either. That stuff finds its way into everything.
Oh, I'm going to drive.
If you want to bring your rig out this way, don't even leave home without some decent suspension underneath you. Also, a quality set of tyres and a snorkel for the wet season and for the dust. And don't forget a mate, because you're going to need someone to guide you around those diff-cracking rocks. Taking your time and navigating the track with care will leave your vehicle, its occupants and the environment all much better off. Things can always go wrong, so you'll need to be prepared, and a UHF isn't going to cut the mustard. The Sidetrack crew travel with a sat phone, so there's always communications should it be needed. Tools, vehicle manuals, spares, and the list keeps going on, all while trying to travel as light as possible, because sometimes those exact things you pack to help you will be the same reason you need help in the first place. As for this adventure though, it's off to restock on food and fuel and find a camp for the night. And Nick needs to have a look at his front hubs too, fearing he may now be down to only 2-wheel drive.
So we've pulled up at Stramwell Roadhouse.
That's the one.
Thanks mate, easier on foot. Jordan, my right hand man for this trip. He's been an absolute dream, a blessing.
On the left, actually.
Yeah, so we did Frenchmans today, that was nice. A couple of crossings there, good fun. Everything else was pretty dry and dusty. So we're glad to get off of it. We're just going to have a quiet night tonight.
Boring.
At this stage. Angus reckons that's a boring idea.
Rationing the beers. Tell you what, it's going to be rationing some friendships after this.
But yeah, we'll continue up the PDR tomorrow. Or the, is it still called the PDR? Or the bypass? Telly bypass, whatever. And then we'll jump onto the telly, a couple hundred clicks up, and do the old telly track, north to south. That'll be good.
There's still plenty more to come in Track 4, with some amazing camps and tough tracks, in true sidetrack fashion.